Ms. Neely, what do you say that people say that just having this discussion is racist, that the Confucius classrooms is just a cover for anti-Asian racism? How would you address that?
My grandparents on my father's side met in an internment camp. They met in Manzanar. I know what anti-Asian racism looks like. My family has experienced it. This is not it. Making ad hominem claims that this is a racist hearing is intended to shut down this debate and not engage on the merits. This is a matter of foreign funding. The Chinese government is in an adversarial position against our country right now. And frankly, there are other countries that are also making similar forays into our education system. We are not saying that students shouldn't have access to foreign language programs. That is not what's happening whatsoever. We are saying that parents deserve to know who is funding these programs so that they can decide whether they want their children to participate at all. Making sure what our children are learning is factually accurate is important. And for that to be called racist, I think is appalling. And again, is intended to shut down this discussion altogether. As parents, we deserve to know whether hostile nations are pumping propaganda into our children's heads. Some parents may wish to ask their school to hire a teacher from Taiwan instead, while others might want their students to take a different foreign language class. I am a mama Wolverine, and I want my son and daughter to be taught true history about the Uyghur genocide, one-child policy, and the repression of dissidents like Jimmy Lai, not the alleged virtues of communism. America needs greater transparency around foreign funding in our schools. Families lack basic information, so they cannot make informed choices about whether they want their children to participate in these programs.
I love when these people basically know they're being called out for the truth. They just resort to racism. You're a racist! She was like, my grandparents in an internment camp. I understand Asian hate because every single freaking thing she's saying is 100% true. If you haven't heard of Confucius Institutes, they're in schools all across this country, as young as preschool, kindergarten, every grade up to colleges. They are funded by the Chinese Communist Party, and they're doing it to make it look like a Trojan horse, this innocuous program to teach our kids Mandarin. Guess what? They're using it to spy on us and indoctrinate and infiltrate our schools. This isn't about our kids not learning Mandarin. Great! We just need to know as parents, who is funding these programs? Where is the money coming from? Why is it racist to ask where any dollar within our public schools, or even private for that matter, are coming from? How is that an act of racism? No one is saying we don't want people of Chinese descent in our communities or in our schools. Not at all. We just don't want a hostile nation that wants to destroy us because they do, teaching our kids. This isn't an element of race. It's an element of reality and transparency.